Alright, thanks for joining us. Got a new product to try here today. It's called Aquaforest Ricco food. I'll be straight up honest, I've never fed my riccordias before. I rarely feed any corals directly before. I just tend to feed the fish a lot and let the tank do the rest. But you'll see in the video I've got this one really nice riccordia, and I'd like to see it reach its potential, and this Ricco food's the thing for the job, so give it a shot and see what we get. It's a pretty small little tub, but I'll be honest, I checked the instructions before and you really don't need much. So you get just the tub of food, pretty basic instructions, and a measuring spoon, because all you need to do is prepare a container with 20 milliliters of tank water and add one spoon, one of these tiny little spoons, into that water, mix it for a minute, and then pour it into the aquarium with a syringe to select the coral, or you can put it in broadcast feed. Because I don't really have many riccordias, I've only got that one really nice one and a couple of other sort of brown ones that I'm not going to worry about. I'm going to use a, you've probably heard of them before, Julian's Things. Basically just a syringe with a long handle so you can keep your hands dry while feeding things on the base of your aquarium. So I'm going to grab some water. Got a nice trusty old feeding cup here, dirty big horse syringe that I'll grab some water out with, and we'll mix it up and see what that riccordia does. Okay, sweet, I'm ready to grab some tank water, so use my big syringe. It always scares the fish. Got that back to 20 mil. I doubt it needs to be super accurate, but it says 20 mil, so we may as well give it 20 mil. Put that in my cup here. If you're wondering, it's a 100 mil syringe and it can probably hold 140, because 100 marks a fair way from the top. Seems to get a nice little seal part on the container, which for your safety, but maybe more for your riccordia safety. The food, it's interesting looking when it's a powder. I don't know if you can see on the video there. It looks kind of like your traditional reef roids. It's got a slightly different smell to it. I'm guessing they're all going to be of a similar nature, but maybe this particular strain is more directed towards riccordia. I'm not sure. One spoon doesn't seem like a lot, like it dissolves into the spoon is tiny. Like when I saw the bucket, I thought that would not be, not last the longest. I mean, it's a pretty small little tub, but if you're using one spoon, I don't know. It doesn't say how often you could do this. I suppose you could feed every day if you wanted to, but it's the sort of thing I might do every fortnight or something like that. Particularly if I want to see that riccordia pump up. So I've stirred it in there now. It says to stir for a minute. I'll give it a full minute, and then I'll turn the flow off and we'll get the camera in real close in that riccordia and see what it does. Should be pretty cool. Try and get close to it without poking it. You can see these little, oops, just hit it there, these little solid bits coming out, which are pretty cool. Instantly you can see the mouth of the riccordia. It's got this like toxic green little slice, or a little slit as the mouth, and that instantly just got angry looking. Just get the last little bit of it because I didn't quite get it all in the first syringe. I left a little bit in the cup. Sort of aiming towards the mouth, but I'm trying not to give it all to the mouth. And yeah, we're just down to the air now. Just trying to spray it all around. Yeah, okay, well since putting it in, I can see the mouth of the riccordia is like got pronounced as all hell. It's swelling up, while my daughter in the background's crying. She normally loves to help with these videos, so she's probably upset that she's not in it. You may or may not have seen that she loves Aquaforest. I hear that every other day now, which is cute. Yeah. Interesting. I'm curious, this riccordia, it's not used to being fed. Like I said earlier on, I don't normally direct feed my corals, which is probably lazy on my behalf, and could explain why I've had trouble with some of the more difficult to keep species. But my good friend Aaron gave me this riccordia. He's a good dude, and gave it to me as a little pup, and it got big real quick. And I'd love to get some pups off this one and spread the love. My fish obviously love being in the video, and they obviously like the smell of this food too, because they're kicking about stirring it up. If they are interested in it. Yeah, it's funny, the little dimples on the riccordia have actually got smaller. I don't know if they're preparing to move the food in or what, but it's interesting. Yeah, so I'm just watching that riccordia now. It's been probably 3 minutes. It's definitely showed a feeding response, and so have my fish, but it's not done anything drastic. I mean, it's probably, I'm not sure what I was expecting. Like I said, I never fed this one before. I know my deshies, and when I feed the fish, they look like they're about to swallow a fish. They get massive. This riccordia, on the other hand, well, this will sound weird, but it looks angry. It looks about to attack, which is probably not a surprise, seeing as it's had food hand delivered on a silver platter when it normally has to grab whatever passes by. So it's got some food and probably thinks it has to fight off its competitors. But I've got to admit, it looks pretty cool. So in summary, yeah, that's Aquaforest Ricco food. Seemed to create a direct feeding response. Should be pretty good gear, it seems. Give it a shot if you see it at your retailer. It's pretty cheap stuff. If you're a big riccordia fan, I'd get right onto it. Even if you're not a riccordia fan and you're looking for something else to target feed some corals, they do a power feed as well. I'll do a video on that one soon, and we'll test it out in some deshies and stuff that give really big feeding responses. Maybe even some of those bubble corals I've got on there that send out these wicked sweepers and stingers and stuff. If you have any questions, yell out to me. Cheers.